Hello, welcome to my channel, another Bibliophile Reads. My name is Greg, and I am here to do the book shopping tag. This tag was created by Scientist Reading World, and I was tagged by Alan over at Big Hard Books and Classics. There are 12 prompts for this tag. Prompt 1. How do you buy books? Physically, because you believe in the power of the touch, or online, because interactions are overrated. I buy almost all my books online nowadays. I last bought a physical book probably in October of 2019. I just do that mostly because all the good bookstores where I live are over an hour's drive away. And after you drive an hour anywhere, I am just in a foul mood, and I don't really want to shop for books after driving that far. So mostly online. If I lived close to some good bookstores, I'd probably be all over them. If I lived in New York City or Chicago, I'd be on public transportation probably once a week or so browsing the shelves. Prompt number 2. Do you prefer bigger bookshops or smaller ones? I do not like smaller bookshops. The selection tends to be very minimal in those kinds of stores, and they will tend to focus on the very popular books, and I don't read a whole lot of popular books, so I do need a bookstore with a certain amount of heft for me to be interested in it. Prompt number 3. Do you prefer to buy books when they are brand new, being the first to touch them, and it has been in great condition, or do you prefer used ones, the book having character, history, and personality? All things considered, I prefer my books new. When I am looking at vintage books, that is a difference. I do like some of the old vintage mass market paperbacks, or when I'm looking for an out-of-print book, that I do have to settle with the condition that I can find online. When I do search used bookstores, I often have a list of used books that I'm looking for, but those books tend to be kind of rare, and I almost never find a book on my list in a used bookstore. Prompt number 4. Are you a coupon, TLC level crazy person, or a full price Sweet 16 MTV? I'm not sure of those references, but since I do shop a lot online on Amazon, I do get a lot of discounts. For ebooks, I tend to make a wish list and check that every few days because books on ebook often go on sale. They could be listed for $12.99 or $14.99, and one day they will be on sale for $1.99 or $2.99. And I do buy up those cheap books like they're crack, and I'm a street addict. I just cannot resist them, and I've got so many that I may never get to read them all. But other than that, I'm not all that concerned about price or coupon saving. Prompt 5. Read, research, analyze Sherlock Holmes-style, or impulse buyer like a shopaholic. I do tend to read the Washington Post book review and the New York Times book review. Most of my new book choices come from those two sources. Since I have started with BookTube, that has become another source for me. Now, the books recommended that I find, they're not always new books, but that's okay. I like older books. Prompt number 6. A book or two at a time, or a full cart pandemic style till the mailman dies? When I purchase books from Amazon, they tend to be in onesies, twosies. I don't buy a whole lot just because I'm an Amazon Prime subscriber, so I don't save any money by buying them in bulk. Then again, sometimes Amazon will have ebook discounts. These are not the cheap discounts. They are buy $25 worth of ebooks and get a $6 credit. And again, like a crack addict, I will go for that all the time. Prompt number 7. New and recent releases or older and classics? I don't tend to go for a lot of the popular new releases, but I do read a fair amount of new stuff, and I do read a fair amount of older books. So that's really sort of a 50-50 split. Are you a pre-order total fan geek, or wait till it arrives in the bookshop because it can wait? I don't do a lot of pre-orders, just because there's not a whole lot of new authors that I am absolutely dying for. The two authors that I may pre-order are William T. Vollmann. He writes a lot of literary non-fiction and literary fiction. The other one is Tana French. She is an Irish crime writer. At this time, those would be probably the only two orders that I would consider pre-ordering. Prompt number 9. Do you prefer special, expensive, beautiful covers, color edges, and unique editions, or the inside of a book side, or is it the inside of the book that counts? For the most part, it's the inside of the book that counts. When I order physical books, I do like my hardcovers. I will, on occasion, order rare or limited editions. That was especially true a number of years ago when I was reading a lot of horror novels, and there were a lot of limited edition horror novels that I ordered at $50 a pop, and because they weren't available in any other edition. And those are nice, I enjoyed them, but it's not something that I do that often. Picture your favorite book. Oh, that's prompt number 10. Picture your favorite book. Do you show your love by buying multiple copies, or do you believe in a single true love? I only need one copy for the most part. There are some rare occasions. John Fowles' The Magus is a case where I will have multiple copies. That is because of the way he wrote the book. He originally wrote it and published in one version, and a number of years later he revised it and changed some things. So I do have both editions of that paperback, so I can see his original content and his new content. I also have his book in ebook and audiobook. Now, for the most part, if I own a physical copy of a book and I purchase an ebook, I will unload the physical book, but not always. And the same goes with audiobooks. I will often dump the physical book if I buy the audiobook. Prompt number 11. Name your favorite places to bookshop. Well, I have to admit that I do a lot of shopping at Amazon. During the pandemic, when they had a lot of virtual events and I attended those events, I would purchase the book from the bookstore holding the event. For physical bookstores, I love Elliott Bay Books in Seattle, but as I mentioned earlier, that is an hour away, so I don't really go there that often. So for prompt number 12, tag people. Who should I tag? I am going to tag Rowan at We Damage We, and Michael at Michael K. Vaughn. And I would be interested to see what they have to say. That is my tag video. Short and sweet, not too complicated. I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you very much for watching, and goodbye.